Humans are so not okay with impermanence. I hope you watched that video about ego that I posted like a few weeks ago. It was a really good video. I'm gonna link it in the description or somewhere, where I basically explained the whole concept of ego, what it is, and I dropped some realizations, some new lessons that I got after a big achievement, like a big fulfilling moment that was supposed to feel fulfilling, but it felt defeating. Interesting. But what I wanted to talk about today is more concept of your life situation versus your life. What you feel like will make you happy and what actually is the true key to happiness and fulfillment. Humans often validate success, love, peace, only if it stays. We want everything to be forever. It only is real if it's forever, right? Because we deeply know this truth that everything that is real cannot be destroyed, it cannot disappear, it cannot go anywhere. It will always say what is real will prosper. And it's like an innate truth within us, I feel like, no matter your background or anything. If it was true, it was supposed to stay forever. The thing with love and all those fulfilling things, like good relationship, like the amount of money that you make, the career that you have, people that you know, 3D experiences that are deemed as successful, they are deeply connected to your identity because ego wants to attach itself to everything that feels good. It's good for me. I felt really nice in this present moment where I had all the cameras on me, where I felt on top of my game. I was in a very fulfilling, soulful relationship with mutual understanding and support. I felt great when I had this car. I felt amazing when I was generously compensated for my work. I felt great when my videos got thousands, millions of views, you know? We attach our identity and our sense of safety to some things that cannot be sustained, which doesn't mean that they're not real. It just means that they're decorations to something realer. We go super high up on our scale of fulfillment and then naturally drop because that's just how cycles work. We live in a very cyclical universe. Without accepting it, we will always suffer. Without coming to terms with impermanence, we will always resist things and create mental and physical suffering in the end. Look at IBS. Example with IBS is funny. Like your body is like, okay, we gotta irritate a different system other than just the nervous one. Let's make her bloated so that she can't think how impermanent her success was and how nothing makes sense. Thankfully, I never had IBS, but it's just something that happens. Your body will try to force you out of this doom of overthinking about things that aren't even problems, they are nature. Look at this tree. You can't see it, but there's a tree that used to have leaves on it when I made videos here in summer. It's crazy, there's so many cherries here. So I'm waiting for when I'm gonna come here to record again, like in a few weeks, and they're ripe so I can eat some. Look! That's so exciting. But it's like just branches, look at it. Beautiful tree. It's a cherry tree. Do you think this cherry tree is frustrated right now that it doesn't have leaves on it? I get that trees don't have emotion and stuff like that, but it's not like it's a problem that it doesn't have leaves on it. There's this deep innate understanding and surrender to the flow of life. And it's not like, okay, I accept that I will suffer. There's no suffering in the fact that you don't have leaves on you right now. It just is. Surrendering to the isness of things will liberate you. Differentiating your life situation from your life is very important when you want to reach inner peace. What is the true isness of things? What is your life versus your life situation? So you are in a relationship, or you have a job that is extremely fulfilling, or your career is just skyrocketing right now. You're so on top of your game. You look at it as very good. And your life is your inner being that most people don't tap into at all. Like you always need to be aware of your life force energy. You always need to be aware of this like deep presence and who I am right now in this moment in order to sustain the inner peace, you know, because after this life situation dissipates, everything is impermanent here. It will fade away eventually. It will change. It is not real. But what is real is actually the life that you live. Is who you are deeper and outside of everything that changes around you. Is your soul that is like, oop, okay, logging off, and what stays is your life. You know what I mean? You sustain life after you stop thinking. Everything that stays after the mind is logged off, the thoughts are not here, the visualizations, the preconceived notions, the expectations, the judgments, everything that stays after these things are gone are real. And that's life. Your life situation will change. The same with more negative cycles in your life. For example, let's imagine someone who is in a state of war. Let's imagine someone who lives through a very difficult breakup or an extremely challenging illness, you know? You can be so in it that you forget your isness, your life, your actual real nature. Everyone in this life, on the level of form, fails sooner or later. Look at the tree. It used to have leaves on it, now it doesn't. It doesn't cry about it. Maybe it does, I'm not sure. It's just the way this reality was constructed, and it doesn't judge it. I don't think it deems it as negative that it doesn't have leaves on it. There is non-duality in duality. It's just an experience. So without giving it so much credit, you can enjoy every single little bit of this experience without getting so deeply hurt by things changing in your life. You can still be active and enjoy manifesting and creating new forms and circumstances, but you won't be identified with them. You do not need them to give you a sense of self. They are not your life, only your life situation. What we actually need to notice more, we need to nourish and take care of, is our life instead of our life situation, is that inner peace, is that actual real identity. It's who you are really outside of everything that changes around you or inside you. It can be your emotions, or it can be people who give you those emotions. These things change. Focus on you. Focus on God. Okay, now I just complicated it. It's even more difficult to explain it if I just dropped the word God here. But focus on what gives you life. Focus on what sustains it. Focus on what doesn't change no matter what. That was a good explanation here. This video isn't like okay, so this will actually make you happy. These things won't fulfill you, but this, do this. 5 ways how to. This is not going to be one of those. I'm just giving you a direction to guide your thoughts in a more productive stream, you know? Like, look there. This was not right. You felt it. I know you felt it when I said it. Now, try looking here. I hope it gave you maybe a slight understanding of what actually matters in life, so that maybe you can discover your own unique ways how to sustain and strengthen this acceptance of isness of things instead of judging everything and being unsatisfied with everything. Even when finally, after this, huge drop of energy, it starts picking up again, and things are happening, positive things are happening, things that you wished for are happening. You can't even enjoy them because you know they're going to change. Just what is even the point of this? You fall into the nihilistic loop. I feel like growing up, the teenage phase, or for some people it's their 20s, for some people it's their 30s. Okay, I'm not going to judge. Everyone has their own cycles and the timing is different for everyone. But often right now, in my generation at least, is like late teens and 20s. This period is mourning of the impermanence of things. And after you come out of it, you cry about it enough. You start actually making things right in your life. You start taking action in the right direction with the right approach, with the right balance of acceptance, surrendering, and initiative. It's not like I'm accepting everything and I'm like, okay, I don't actually care. I'm just here sitting like a tree. Everything that flows to me is for me. Everything that doesn't. You initiate as well. You try things, but you do it with so much ease and enjoyment, and you experiment not to receive something from this world, but to try and experience whatever the outcome is. Expectations gone. Full experience. It's like you live through the free trial with all the tribulations, all the mental suffering created by your own mind, and then you gain enough experience points to enjoy the full subscription that was actually free all this time, but you had to have an illusion of this wonky free trial situation that lasted most of your life. It will take time as well. It's not like, yo, I'm gonna watch this video now, allow my freedom to come to me, surrender to everything. The realization has to marinate a bit. You might have to go through some more experiences to fully conceptualize what I just told you, but I know it made sense. Let me read something for you. The Buddha made this a central part of his teaching. All conditions are highly unstable and in constant flux, or as he put it, impermanence is a characteristic of every condition, every situation you will ever encounter in your life. It will change, disappear, or no longer satisfy you. Impermanence is also central to Jesus' teaching. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust consume and where thieves break in and steal. It's not to say don't enjoy the treasures of life, don't accumulate presents, don't try to have as many views on YouTube as you can, don't try to have the best friendships or or make your body look beautiful, because you can refine the quality of things you were given. It's not bad, it's amazing. It's one of those side quests here. But the main quest is to simply be, because we can get trapped in all those impermanent achievements and blessings of life, because we feel like if we don't, it doesn't make any sense. We have nothing left but just to refine the quality of things and upgrade and upgrade and improve. But what actually stays all the time after all of this dissipates, even if we don't improve, even if we don't upgrade, is just isness, is just presence. God will stay. You in your purest form will still be here after all of this falls apart. Every expectation, every thought, every emotion, your presence will stay. You know, that's what X meant. What is real will prosper. It will prosper. So keep the isness alive. Like, I don't mean this in this whimsical, talking about souls and energies way. Just make it your priority to focus on your life instead of your life situation, and your life situation will improve from it. Because the more present you are, the less you need, and the more you try, the more you experiment, and the more effects it has. And the more fulfilling it feels. Like everything is better when you just let go of the pressure for it to get better constantly, and you accept periods where it gets worse. Everyone fails. I said it in the beginning. Everyone has stages of falling down and rising up. That's the design. Again, look at the tree. It will have leaves on it again, but it's going to take time. And it's not bad or good. It simply is. It is not true that the up cycle is good or the down cycle is bad, except in the mind's judgment. Growth is usually considered positive, but nothing can grow forever. Self-improvement isn't actually a positive thing. It's just a stage. It's a period. If growth of whatever kind were to go on, it would eventually become monstrous and destructive. Dissolution is needed for new growth to happen. One cannot exist without the other. Nourish your inner peace instead of your outer experience.